Murder style, y'all.
Insanity, insanity, whatever happened to humanity? Ooh.
Normally, I would wear my critic teacher suit, but it's hot. It is hot in this damn room. Okay, so you're just gonna have to just deal with this, all right? And besides, some people was telling me I should wear this anyway. I mean, I should not wear it because people were saying it's too tight or whatever like that. But that's just to build up the humor. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has like a little gimmick on YouTube. And me wearing that, it kind of grew with me in a way. So people was actually getting used to it, and I think I was forcing them to get used to it. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. Resurrection is a psychological horror thriller film that has been written and directed. I'm still laughing at the suit. By Andrew Simmons. A woman's carefully constructed life gets upended when an unwelcome shadow from her past returns, forcing her to confront a monster she has evaded for 2 decades. Me and my girlfriend watched this movie, and she didn't like it. She thought the film was too stupid. She said the things of this film was crazy. It could have ended so quick if everybody just had a common sense gesture of just what to do correctly. Part of me agrees with her. Part of me agrees with her in a standpoint of an audience. But as a critic, I have to address it in a way where it makes sense, and at the same time, I need to explain it to a way where people can be on the fence. Because movies like this is subjective. Would you like it? Would you not like it if these things were to happen? And Resurrection does this a lot. And let's just say, I thought the movie was acceptable. By this movie being a horror and thriller film, I have to say right now that Andrew Simmons has done a great job when it comes to the pacing of things falling in place from a drama aspect and just for a build-up aspect. I did not think that horror films would be good at doing this anymore, because normally with horror films, it's either they're slashers or they end up being sci-fi. But no, with Resurrection, I was pulled in before things ended up getting taken in place. Even with Rebecca Hall's character, Margaret, I thought the pacing with her character was very good, very well warranted for her character. What I like most about Rebecca Hall is that she knows which role to play as, and she nails the shit out of it. Even with movies like this, when I first reviewed The Night House, before I reviewed it, I was pulled into her character to the point where I ended up becoming a fan of Rebecca Hall. Even everything that she fucking touches, I'm gonna watch that shit. And with this one, I became more of a fan, not just because of the film, but because of how she produced herself and portrayed her role in this film. There are times where she wants the fans and the viewers to be pulled in each time she does something, even if it comes by drama, when it comes by thrilling, or when it comes by build up. There were times where I really felt like I was in the shoes of her. And there was things that was not really going on, but I really felt the intensity and the drive of her character. No one could have done what she did, and if they did what she did, they couldn't have done it better. When things falls in place, that's when things end up being into the test run of her character. And with Rebecca Hall's character, Margaret, I thought the pacing of her drive was great. I thought it was very, very, very pushing the envelope when it comes to me not looking away from the TV. I literally had to cut my phone off every time something was going on with her, especially when she ended up coming across the person that she is literally trying to settle things with, which is Tim Roth's character, David. Here's the thing. I was iffy about Tim Roth's character. He rarely plays any serious roles. And when he does do a good job. But it's been a while since I've seen him do something like this. In fact, this is more than a serious role. He played a fucking twisted ass dude. When I was shocked of why Rebecca Hall's character was trying to run away from him, they showed a certain scene where she told him, "Get away from me, stay away from me," and stuff. And he acted innocent. In fact, I was a little bit on his side. I was like, okay, why is he doing this? And he was like, you probably confused him with something else. With movies like this, it always has like these type of scenario motives where you think that maybe this is a twist, maybe she is the wrong person, maybe he is the innocent person, and maybe she's trying to kill him to finish the job. But you don't know that. So when they reveal this, then they show a deeper, darker side to Tim Roth's character, and you're like, now I understand why she's acting so crazy, why she's just acting ballistic and stuff. Because she has a steady job, she's living a steady life, she has a daughter, and she's acting very professionally of how she's dealing with all this. So when Tim Roth's character shows up 20 years later, everything just falls in place. Like everything falls apart with the character. She begins to trip. She begins to hallucinate mentally. She begins to act ballistic. She begins to cut people off. She begins to lose her freaking mind. And she can't even focus anymore to the point where when she acts like things are okay, her friends and her daughter is like, no, you're tripping. Something is not right. Which is what kind of leads to the frustration. Grace Kaufman, as a daughter, I was iffy about her character as well because when you have daughters or children that play in movies like this, they drive plots so they end up fucking things up or they end up deliberately fucking things up so it can have the build up by other characters that are common sense and try to dodge those things can have like the open mind gesture of like, all right, these are kids, they're gonna do shit like this. But no, Grace Kaufman's character that plays Abby, even though she's a kid, and she would do things like this, and she has done a couple of things that kind of questions the logic of the film, but it doesn't question her character. I get it. I understood. And it's not just because she's a kid, but it is because of the pressure that the mom has put in front of her. Do this, do that. Don't ask any questions. I'm your fucking mother. Listen to me. But I feel like if any parent knew that their life was in danger, and if somebody's coming back to give you those haunting memories again, you will want to let your kids know what's going on. You don't got to tell them the whole thing, but just give them that type of scenario, eye-opening sign like, hey, look, this is what's going on. Somebody from the past is coming to haunt me, and you might be, your life is in danger. So please, stay in the house. But no, she was literally just being an asshole to the daughter and just saying that because I said so, because I said so. So your daughter doesn't even know that her life is in danger. Of course, she's gonna think that you're the crazy one. Of course, she's gonna think that you're acting too rational, and of course, she's gonna think that you need help. And that's what the daughter was doing. She was trying to see if there's something mentally wrong with her, and the audience was thinking the same way. And that's the reason why my girlfriend didn't like the film, because the movie. A lot of movies suffer some stuff like this when they try to act like they are in control of the situation by limiting the information toward their children. And the children, all they want to do is just help and just try to see what's really going on, because you may never know. The kids may actually play a good part of helping you get out of these situations. But no, you're going to get out of the way. I'm not going to tell you shit. Just stay in your fucking room. But by the time they're in the room, they're already trying to figure things out. And by that time, my girlfriend left the room. Now, to be fair here, she does tell the daughter the situation. She does tell the daughter what's really going on, but it's already too late. The daughter had already thought that she was psychotic, she was crazy. She basically is having like a mental breakdown, and she's just on some other weird shit. So by the time she tells the daughter, hey, look, this was really going on, the daughter already had it all synced in that she was going to leave the house by her telling her, and she just wanted her to stay away from her completely because she just literally just lost her mind. And we were just so frustrated at the beginning of the film while things was going bad. You should literally just say what's going on, especially when the daughter is already on the verge of really not fucking with you like that. Me and my girlfriend were just so frustrated. We was like, tell her. We was literally just screaming at the screen like, tell her, But by the time she done it, it was like cry wolf. You was pushing me away so much and lying to me. Now you're telling me the truth. Now I'm pushing you away. And that's what made the whole film, in her eyes, more frustrated. But what pulled me in was the ending. I felt like the ending was good. I felt the ending, it was what I was expecting, but it was even more thrilling, especially when Tim Roth and Rebecca Hall's character actually confronted each other, and all they did was just talk. They just talked, and they try to sort things out, and they try to reason with each other of why these things was happening. And I was getting pulled in because something was going to happen, and something did happen. It felt like the scene from The Joker when Joaquin Phoenix and Robert De Niro was in the stage talking to each other, and the audience was just sitting there looking, and you can tell by the intensity and the tense music building up, you knew that somebody was gonna do something, and you knew that something was gonna fall in place, and it was gonna be mind blowing. And that was what Resurrection did in the end of the film. I was like, holy shit, that is crazy. At the end of the day, this movie is subjective. What do you like in Thriller? What do you don't like in Thriller? By those things I mentioned, will you watch it? I don't blame you if you don't watch it, if you want to look away from it. But I feel like at the same time, if you're like me, if you want to like not close your mind, but if you just want to like close the criticisms of other people before they even try to look further into the whole movie's terminology, I would say that it paid off. It paid off for me, but at the same time, I do agree. I feel like the characters on this film, especially with Rebecca Hall character, even though her acting was great, but I feel like the performance should have been even more sharper, and she should have been more smarter when it comes to the precision of how she done things under pressure. I'm gonna have to give Resurrection a C minus. That may be the reason no one is talking about this film. I don't know if it's because a lot of other movies came out, but more people are talking about low budget films now more than they're talking about Marvel films. And that's kind of scary, especially for Disney since Marvel is falling apart. I feel like, and one of my buddies said this, he said that The Boys, the Amazon series The Boys, is better than any and every Marvel television series that's in this generation. It's a debate, but I can agree with that. But that's another topic. But that's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for my hunt. I haven't messed up in my introduction in a long while. I'll just end it here. You guys take it easy. You guys be safe.